All right, so anybody that is watching this live or watching a replay of this, I am going to be helping a handful of creators grow their business, whether it's getting more traffic, booking discovery calls, conducting those sales calls to close deals, onboarding clients, service delivery, all these kinds of things. That's what I'll be discussing on this coaching call. If you find value from this, of course, leave a like, leave a comment. If you would like to be on one of these coaching calls, get coached by me personally, if you scroll down to the description within this YouTube video, you can click on a link. It'll take you to www.summerconchigo.com where you can book a call to have a conversation with me where we can learn more about each other and see if it's a good fit to work together. Okay. That being said, hope you enjoy. Come on, bro.
Yo, what's up, Speak?
Chillin', chillin'. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
Yeah. How's your weekend?
It was pretty good, man. I just been chilling for real. Just trying to stay in the house. Not trying to do too much. I dropped my sister off, was it downtown? It was like 1 million people out there on Saturday.
What happened? What was going on Saturday? Do you know? It's like an event or something?
I mean, I guess it's just like High Street, like that area is just busy because you got all the restaurants and stuff like that. Maybe Ohio State was playing, but I'm like, geez, I haven't been out a long time. Felt like somebody's not even from here. I'm like, bro, it's this many people in Columbus?
Where in Columbus are you? Like, are you close to downtown? Like, how far are you from like maybe High Street?
Like literally 15 minutes.
15
I'm
minutes
back.
from High Street? Like
Yeah,
where?
like
So are you like up north? Like, are you north of downtown, south of downtown, west, east?
east.
Okay, so you're on the east side.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. What are you close to? Is there something I would know?
Afrocentric High School.
I'm not familiar with that.
Not familiar with that. Let me see. I mean, Bexley,
I'm
that
familiar.
area.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in that area, Bexley, but not too far from Whitehall and like Town and Country and all that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool, cool. So I think I know where you're around then. Cool. Excellent. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Just chilling, chilling. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Trying to keep my head afloat.
You feel like you're drowning or something? A lot of
No,
content missed or
I got that in the back of my head from seeing Aiden's last thing where he said he was trying to keep his head above water or something because he was really busy.
oh, okay, okay,
But
okay.
no, I'm good. Just trying to do those onboarding calls, videos, and I'm not good with videos, so I have to keep doing them and whatever.
I'm laughing because I feel your pain. It's funny whenever people get to SDA, they're like, "Bro, I record this like 20 times." I'm like,
And I have a teleprompter, but now the issue I'm coming up with is like on Loom, I'm trying to do one tab where I have like that text written out. And I'm trying to have the teleprompter in another tab. So I want to switch over to the teleprompter, but I can't because then it's gonna show on the thing.
you don't. All right, so you don't have like some people try to like do it verbatim like that. You don't have to, bro. You can as long as you understand like the general premise, you can
Mhm.
do it your own way. You can do it in your own voice and your own style. As long as you just get the main points across, you're okay. You don't if you I don't know if that helps you or if that makes it worse. If you're like, nah, bro, it would be easier to just like copy, like say exactly what you're saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's gonna help me. So that's why I was like, you know what? I think that's what I was about to try. So after this call, that's what I'm gonna try. Just trying to do them like just get the gist, just bullet points and get the gist of it.
Yeah, get the gist of it. Like, for example, hey man, this is my email. You'll click here, da 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 da. I'll have access to your stuff. I'm not gonna, you always have the ability to kick me out or whatever. So don't feel like whatever, you're just granting me access to go in there, moderate some stuff. Just as long as you understand like the main key points. So I just bring that up because like I know a few people they like try to like remember exactly what I say on the sales call or the discovery call or the onboarding or this video. And it's just like that just makes it more stressful. And so as long as you understand the gist of it, you kind of do it in your own way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, bro. So you're trying to like hang out for like an hour and then bounce. Is there anything in particular that you wanted to go over? I'm gonna start with righteous. Was there anything particular that was top of mind for you, bro?
No, not for me, nothing at all, bro. Just to get that stuff done that I need to get done.
Okay, cool, cool. In that case, then I'll go ahead and I'll start with Righteous. And then when Aiden gets here, there's some onboarding stuff I want to share with you guys. So I want to kind of share when everybody gets here, some things, some tweaks that we can make. And now that you've gone through like the onboarding, you have an idea of what it looks like, then I can go ahead and I can share that with you because now you're like familiar with the why onboarding is important and all those steps. So have you got like where are you in the onboarding stuff? Like have you like watched everything already, or like you're kind of like watching? You're at the content stage where you're watching how to like set up the kickoff form?
Yeah, so I watched the first three videos, so now I'm like setting up the kickoff form.
Okay, okay. So you haven't watched the video where I explain the different things we go over on the onboarding call and why. You haven't gone there yet.
If I'm not mistaken, aren't those the first videos? Like, what
Uh,
was the onboarding course important and stuff or no?
let's see.
So all the videos above those I've watched. Um, like that one, the one above it, part one, part two.
Okay. So part one is understanding. Part two is a standard operating procedure for onboarding. Set up these systems. So step two. All right, let's go and continue our series on thing. So tweak this as you increase your retention. And yeah, so this is the part where like I share like my onboarding, and as you watch, you'd be like, oh dang, like 'cause she pretty much did all this with me. And so I just share with you like what I would recommend maybe tweaking, keeping, removing. So this is the video I'm talking about right here. This is the one. So it sounds like maybe you haven't gone through it yet.
Okay, no, I haven't.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
I'll be able to
Um,
relate to it though, like based off what you say today.
what's that?
I should be able to relate to whatever because it's gonna be fresh on my mind, and then I'm gonna get the step three done today.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Cool. So, yeah, we'll talk about that here in a sec. Let's give Aiden a little bit of time to hop in. Oh, he's got a call at 6. 6:45. So I don't know. I'll wait till like maybe 6:30 before I start that stuff. 6:30, 6:40. But I do want to share that. I think you find that valuable. Righteous, what's going on, bro? Like, so if I look at your KPI sheet, am I gonna see that you try some calls and you're in a headspace where you're like, bro, I need to get a salesperson in? Is that kind of where the direction we're going?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so 16th to the 22nd. So one thing I don't know why I didn't say it to more people, but what you want to do, this is just off tangent, bro, but like what you want to do is always want to do like from the 16th to the 22nd, the 9th to the 15th, the 2nd to the 8th. That's how you want to organize it instead of like midday to midday. Your Excel sheet. Just kind of
Oh,
keep that.
I got you.
So the 20th to 27th. So 20th to 27th. So I should probably start around the 17th, maybe. So basically we spent about 300 bucks. We booked the cost for book call is fantastic. I'm digging that. Calendar conversion rate, bro, your shit's good as usual. Your marketing's good as usual. Your discovery calls 3, 2. So live discovery calls. You had 3, and one of those showed up. So wait, live discovery calls. Okay, so 3 live discovery calls, and one of them said yes to a sales call. 2, and one of them. Okay, so basically the sales call that you were supposed to have, you've had pretty much at this point. And now it's like, okay, let's make a decision.
Right.
Um, okay. So I would have liked to see like five, to be honest. Do you feel like these people are not moving forward because of the thing that you're saying, or because you're counseling because they're not a good fit? That's my first question.
That's a good question.
Like
Um,
these
'Cause-
two people, so you had two live discovery calls. One of them said, uh, so one of them you booked and then one didn't show. The one that didn't show, was it a you thing or was it a them thing, do you think?
okay, that one was a while back. The guy that
Okay.
did. So that one was definitely a me thing back in that week for sure.
So I should just look at this week then.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so you had three discovery calls. Um, so you basically had one sales call then this past
Yeah.
week. Okay, okay. So three live discovery calls.
Yeah, the first guy I talked to, I was able to do like I tried to attempt the one call close. We hopped on and he said that he was going to move forward. It was just about like making the payment. He was supposed to do that within like 2 days. And we were supposed to talk today and like he had ghosted me. And then the other two, um, let me see. I know one guy was like, he was just like, I talked to a bunch of marketers like already, like he had just kind of came off it like that and was like just trying to get into pricing. And so I kind of bombed that call. And then I will say the other one, what was the issue? Let me see. Let me pull it up really fast. I don't know.
So
I just feel like,
so one of the calls you pushed for, you did one call close. He said it's a matter of the money. The second guy, he said he talks to a bunch of marketers and stuff, and he did not want to push the sales call.
yeah, he didn't want to push because he was talking about like budget and everything like that. It has to be budget friendly. Um,
So he wasn't feeling the discovery call well enough to push forward to do the sales call. Right.
yeah.
Okay. And then the third one, what happened to the third one?
The third guy, let me see. Well, I guess the third guy really doesn't count because he was like he asked me if I speak Spanish. So I really couldn't really do anything with that one. But
Gotcha.
I feel like I talked to somebody and it was like I just didn't really do a good job at letting him know that I can really help him. And like he had like kind of hung up. He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not interested in this because I already kind of like have the service." But the thing is, it was like he was like, I'm doing Facebook and I've gotten one lead this whole month. And so I'm just like, so it's it's not working. Like he still didn't want to like push forward. So I'm like, okay.
This is the second guy, the one that said he's talking to a bunch of marketers and it's got to be friendly before he does a sales call. Is that the one? Or he's
No, it was another guy. Let me see. Pull my chart up.
okay.
Yeah, because I got the sales call I had was with Raymond. He was the guy that just didn't get back to me. No, not Raymond, Russell. And then the second guy was Marco. Let me go high level really fast. Okay, Marco was the Spanish speaker.
Okay.
And I believe Romeo, is that this other guy? Yeah, okay. Romeo was the guy that kind of hung up on me because he was like, "Yeah, yeah, I got Facebook. I got somebody doing Facebook and Google, but it's just still slow for me and everything like that." And I should have said, our system, can get you 30 to 50 leads or something along the lines of that. Or try to figure out, or try to just reconfirm that that was really his bottleneck. Like that was like the main reason he was on this call. Just because he's currently dishing out money, and he's not getting the return that he would like to see. And on top of that, he's paying Facebook and he's getting one lead. No telling how much he's spending per day, but I'm just like, it's got to be insane. So I felt like I should have did a much better job on that call.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, I don't obviously I haven't listened to call, but I would say both of these scenarios, is like I feel like there you should be able to push that to a sales call. Like
Yeah.
like in both these cases, like, yo, bro, so you're running ads, you're not getting good results. I feel like you should be able to navigate that and push forward a sales call and visually show some stuff and say some stuff like, hey, look, we offer a free trial, by the way. There's literally nothing for sale. You can put your wallet away. Let me at least just show you what this looks like. And then from there, if you like it, great. If not, no big deal. But let me at least show you really quick. The reason I just say that is like we lock up one place per zip code. And so, I got you right now. I can at least give that zip code to you if you decide you want to move forward. If not, all good. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the best thing to say. I'm just saying like I feel like you should be able to push people to the actual. So I don't feel like that. So as I say that to you, basically I am reaffirming like what you're saying is like, hey, look, I maybe need some help on sales. Like maybe it's just not my cup of tea. And if that's the case, then that's the case. Okay. So what do you think we should do to explore from here? Like what's brewing in your head? Obviously, you're saying to me, hey, Kushik, I'm thinking about getting somebody else to do some sales for me. I don't think that's a bad idea. Um, but where do you want to move with that? Like, how can I help with that?
Um, that's another good question because I kind of don't know. I feel like you are right. Like I definitely do need help with sales. Um, I kind of felt like maybe I should do one more or at least try just because to see if I can at least get somebody to a sales call. But I don't know if if it's worth the shot at this point. Because I do like the offer. I feel like even though like the call that I was on, like for me to not do the best job, and he was just like at the end, he was just like, yeah, I want to give it a shot. But it's still I can't really count that one because he didn't move forward, But for the most part, when I was doing the other calls and I was bringing up the 2000, they're just like, yeah, bro, no, that's way too much. And I'm, trying to do all the objection handling. Versus here, I feel like it still might be a little easier push. Like they're just like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I just got to get them to a sales call.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I feel like at this point it's just like if you struggle that much with even getting people on a sales call, it's like how many more reps do we need to do? And it's just like that's not saying that you won't close a deal. Like you'll close deals, I think, but it's just like you're not going to close them as many deals as you need to be closing to like meet numbers. And so it's like, do you fight tooth and nail to try to do this thing, or do we just like bring somebody else on? At this point, it might just be better to just bring somebody else on, I think. Um, if you want to try for another week, you can. I just don't think you've done enough reps, but I feel pretty confident that it might be a better move in the long run just to bring somebody else on. Like like theoretically, it might take us 10 weeks for you to get okay enough at sales through the one call close, or we can spend those 10 weeks talking and finding and training people. And I feel like maybe that's a better use of time.
Yeah, finding and training somebody.
Yeah. Um, so let's like maybe wait for Aiden to get here because Aiden did have a conversation with those guys. Did he talk about that last week?
Um,
He went to the sales.io
oh,
guy, those
okay.
guys. They try to sell him some 15K thing. And so I told Aiden, I was like, bro, don't buy nothing. Uh, yeah. So, but maybe we can go in there and you can. It sounds to me like they got probably a bunch of sales guys. Maybe you can go in there and be like, hey man, I'm looking for whoever in here. It's got some agency experience. I'll do a few interviews and I'll try somebody. Because your cost per book call is relatively cheap, bro. Like your shit's fucking cheap.
Oh,
Um,
I
your
wanted to
shit's
show.
so yeah, yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but I've been playing around with these AI, the Sora stuff.
Mhm.
No calls.
Hold on, and like you can, I don't know if I can rewind this.
Deals piling up.
Can y'all see this?
It felt like hope itself was drying on the brush. Then the phone rang. We partnered with the agency built for painting contractors. They ran smart ads, tuned up our local SEO, and managed every lead. Now the schedule's full and the roller never stopped. No calls.
So
Deals
like,
piling up.
and that stuff is like, I don't know if there's like a payment or anything to it, but it's kind of like TikTok, but like AI, but you can create your own videos. And I already seen a few painting contractors, not painting contractors, but like people in the contractor space use an ad like that. Like they had like a gorilla and he was like driving in his truck with his contractor hat on and he was trashing Angie's and all this. And then he was like, I partnered with this company and now this is what I'm doing. So like I feel like we can crush it on the ads. It's just a matter of like getting leads. We just got to bring somebody in for sales at this point. I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of getting burned out on on this.
What would you be willing to pay a salesperson?
Um, like
Like I can tell you what's industry standard, but like I'm just because based off of that, I'm gonna think on some stuff and I'll give you some suggestions. But like at this point, what would you be willing to pay like a maximum of right now?
a maximum. I don't even know. 200 a deal? I mean, what, like I don't even know what's like fair.
Like
I
like
mean, I guess
percentage.
percentage.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
Probably 5, maybe 10%. I don't even know. Like
So
I'm like,
most closers are typically they're typically collecting 10% of the cash. So if they close a deal for 1,000, they collect 100 of that. If they close a deal for 10,000, they collect 1,000 of yeah, 1,000 of that. So
okay,
10% of whatever they collect, not 10% of the revenue, 10% of whatever they collect. So they
okay,
might close a 10K deal, but if somebody only pays $1,000, they only collect $100.
okay,
So they collect percent of whatever they collect. Or they get 10%. You pay them. So that's industry standard. A setter is like 5%. So if you had somebody doing discovery and sales calls, I'd be saying like 10 to 15 is industry standard.
okay. So if somebody's doing both, like because we're doing a one call close, then I would probably pay them 15%, just a little more.
Yeah, I mean, you can get away with 10%, to be honest. You can get away with 10%. Some like most people wouldn't even know. Most sales people don't even know like it's 5% for a setter and 10% for a closer. If you just say like 10%, they'll probably be happy. Um, but I'm just saying, like, the reason I was asking you is like I might be able to like look into the center marketing cheat code and see if you can partner with somebody. That's what I was asking. And if you
Oh,
wanted to go that route, then obviously they're gonna probably want more than like 10%. That's what I was asking. I
I'll
don't
do
know.
whatever it takes. They can take the whole commission and I'll go get a job and just like do like the tech side or something. Like I'll do whatever I have to do because I see now like the whole purpose of the business is to make money. If you are the bottleneck, just get the hell out the way and bring somebody else on. I'm not gonna be greedy or anything like that. I'll be fair, especially since like if they're doing the sales, well, I guess I can't give them the whole commission because then that would make sense on the sales part. But give them a higher commission, like
If
a
you
20-30%.
Yeah, I think what
I mean,
Aman and Cam do, for example, is they just do 50-50, everything down the middle. But they both have like a lot of they both have a lot of experience. They're both good at what they do and they both do different things. So Cam does this, he does like the sales, he does like the content on social media, he does the onboarding call, he's touching base with the client, make sure they're happy. Aman does that tech call and then he makes basically looks at the ads on the daily basis, make sure the ads are good. Um, so that's how they divide the work. So it's like Cam is like heavy on the front end for the front communication. He touches base with them throughout. He does the onboarding call, but then Aman is in there daily, just messing with the ads, making sure the ads are good. So they're both putting in a good amount of work. So it's like 50-50 there for those guys. Um, I can see if I can find somebody if you're open to something like that. I don't know that that would necessarily be a bad idea for you. Um, because yeah, I don't know. I'm just those are kind of the two options. You find somebody within the program or I can help you send somebody your way and you just kind of split things 50-50 with them and just start making some money, right? Do it for like 3 months. I'm not saying do it forever. Do it for 3 months, do it for 6 months, see how far you guys can get, learn some stuff. Option two is you try to bring the salesperson on, but that's going to probably take us like, to be honest, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that takes us like 4 weeks, 8 weeks to find somebody.
yeah,
That's reality. Versus if you bring on like a Center Market cheat code member, you could probably, they could probably figure shit out like maybe 2 weeks in, 2, 3 weeks in.
no, yeah, I don't mind that option. Plus, since we're members and that we're already cool with each other, so I don't mind paying somebody more here in the group and working something out. So that would be easier.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's wait for Aiden to hop on and then we can kind of hear from him and his experience and you could probably reach out to those guys too, depending on what Aiden says. Um, but yeah, anything else that's top of mind for you, bro?
No, that's pretty much it. Everything else is good. Like I said, I'm really excited to test out these the AI ads. I want to see what kind of cost per lead those will bring in and type of customers or even if it works. Because I've been seeing a bunch of people use it. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it works. But yeah, it'd be cool. Keep me posted, right? When you launch it, keep us posted, let us know if you find some interesting stuff.
oh,
Um,
another interesting thing is this talks about like I seen Gary V's post. That's how I came across the ad, but you can actually create your own avatar in there and other people can use you in their videos. So I'm like, that's kind of crazy, but
like you can like so I can take righteous, your face, the way you look, and have you in my ads.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with that.
Like I don't know if you've been seeing those videos people been posting, they have like a celebrity in it, but I guess that's what they're using though. So like you can take you can just steal anybody and just use them for your ads now. It's game
It's
over
wild.
now.
It's wild. I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't, because it's like the trust thing, like you said, it's like people are going to eventually like, all right, yeah, everybody's using this stuff. Everything on here is fake now. So
everything. Yeah,
kind of
right
scary.
now I ran my dating ads like 2 weeks ago, and all them so many of the messages from the girls are like, "Are you AI? Is this AI?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, I'm real." Like this is real. So, and these are just like regular women, 18 to 30 years old. They had no experience with marketing ads, so that's why everybody they all think of AI. And so again, think about we're marketing to the average person. The average person is gonna like, there's like, is this like again? It's just there's so many people that have like I know bought our my program specifically because of how I look, because they say they trust me because of that. And now it's like that doesn't matter anymore, you know? So it's like I just don't understand. I don't understand how ads is gonna work in like 2 to 3. This is what I was talking about SLM when I was at Roosters with you, bro. And I was talking to you, I was like, bro, we got longevity for like another year or two. This is what I was talking about. It's like I just don't know. I really don't know how ads is gonna work here in like 2 years. Right now, it's still okay. But you know how you had like the short form content stuff and it was hype for a little bit and then it's not the same. Same thing. Like we got this, the ads are still working, but like in a year's time, maybe as soon as a year's time, I'm not surprised if ads are going to stop working the way that work right now because people are just not going to trust anything. Um, I saw some interesting stuff with ads where like they changed up ads where they're now like interactive. So somebody sees an ad and then you can ask a question like, hey, does this have this in a size 4? And then the AI will speak to you and be like, no, no, it's got a size 7. You should try the beige one. If you want, I'll send you a link to it. So it's an interactive ad. And that's what Facebook is doing now. And so
Wow.
what that means is I think if in my theory, if I'm kind of looking to the future, is that ads right now is about copywriting. It's about like understanding your market. It's like, okay, who's my market? What is their pain point? What are their desires? What the fuck do they keeps them up at night? And then let me write some scripts out to really talk to them. Let me create offers that really talk to them. You know what I think is going to happen, bro? I think that I would not be surprised if in the landscape of advertising, it's no longer a matter of being a good marketer. It's really a matter of how good you're at prompting. Because you're going to be prompting the ads. Hey, so when somebody clicks on this ad, here are the top questions that they're going to wonder about, and here's what you really need to, talk to them about. Size, color, beige. You need to show them different kinds of styles. It's like you're prompting. The better you are at prompting, the better your ad is going to perform because it's going to be interactive ads potentially.
That's just insane.
Yeah, bro. So I don't know. That kind of scares me because like everything I fucking learned for the last 7 years just goes out the window.
No, yeah, it is scary because it's like it's almost like they want you to do it or else, you'll kind of get left behind because you didn't create your avatar and get people to get familiar with your brand before it's like super saturated. So,
Yeah, man. I feel like live streaming is going to be a big thing because you can't really fake that. Um, Commercials are gonna may start being like AI created, like only longer form content, like documentaries and stuff like that, or I mean you can use AI for that. So but anyways, man, shit's just gonna change a lot. But anyways, Jorge, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Chilling, bro. We're just chilling, we're just talking a little bit before Aiden gets in here. And I want to just like kind of share something with everybody in terms of onboarding. Um, what was there anything that was top of mind for you, bro, that you wanted to go over?
Mm, this discovery call, the he said it was a fake number or something like that. Like it was a wrong number, so I was like, all right, whatever. So I didn't end up doing it.
Oh shit, the lead that came in.
Yeah, from the open.
Yeah. What do you think? You think it was a fake person or you think it was a real person? He just said that to you.
I don't know. I mean, because I texted him a couple times. I don't know why. Like I've never had somebody say a fake number like that. Like I don't see. I feel like it would be. Like maybe they put the wrong number or something.
He said fake
Um,
number or wrong number?
oh, wrong number. My bad. Wrong number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you try to Google his name and stuff?
I did, yeah. And I think it wasn't like super clear. Like it wasn't like, hey, usually when you pop up somebody's like a school, an instructor's head coach, right? It's like super easy to just find them, right? Because hey, Jorge Cortina, here's my name attached to this school. This is my school.
Yeah. And so you didn't find him?
No.
Okay. So yeah, maybe he's not lying. That again, that was my concern with the advantage target ads. We'll see. Um, but yeah, if we get like one or two more, bro, and they're like fake, like
Yeah.
I, I feel good about the advantage plus targeting, all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was the main thing that one didn't go through. And then for my ads, I'm gonna have to refresh them again.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Anything else, bro? Top of mind?
No, that's really it for me right now until I got a busy day here. So that's all I can think about right now.
Okay. Esteban, circling back to you, bro, anything else you want to go over?
I got a couple random questions that popped up when Rushes was speaking.
Yeah.
The first one is he mentioned that somebody was pretty much asking for prices in the during the discovery stage. What do you do? How do you navigate that? So they're like, yeah, I've heard all of this. What's the price? How do you navigate that early on during the discovery call? Because I've had that happen a couple times actually.
Um, I personally don't really have an answer for you. Like, I feel like I keep changing it up. I've heard different things from different people. One of the routes, like, there's a really good video. I can send it over to you, but like, this guy explains like the different, do they ask at the very beginning? Do they ask midway through? Do they ask at the end? Depending on when they ask you, give a certain answer. So, for example, if somebody asks right away at the very beginning, right? Like, hey, hello, how's it going? Hey, man, look, before you get into all these questions, I just let me know the price. I'm a straight shooter. I don't really have a bunch of time. And if so somebody said at the very beginning, what I've heard a good response to that is, hey, look, I got nothing to sell you, man. I don't even know if I can work with you or anything like that. So there's nothing for sale. I can't give you a price because there's literally nothing for sale. So that's how you would maybe rebuttal that one. And then again, midway through there's something, and then towards the end there's something. I don't know. I would have to try to find that video and send it to you but there is like a specific script for that. For me, I just try to like feel it out, and I'm just like, yeah, I just try to like deflect, man. For me, it's just like, yeah, I hear you. I'm happy to go over price with you. In fact, I'm going to go over that with you here in a second. Just really quick, the pricing depends on various factors. So, for example, do you have one location, two locations? How much are you spending on ads? Depending on that, our packages differ. So that's why I'm asking these questions. So, just two more quick questions, man. I'll get right into pricing. And then I get those two questions out of the way. It's like, cool, man. So based off of what you're sharing, man, I do have your location available. I do think I can help you out. You have a quick 5 minutes. I know, again, we talked about pricing. I'm happy to go over pricing, share all that, share some results, all that good stuff with you here if you got a quick 5 minutes. He says, yeah. Now I baited him onto the call.
Got it. Okay.
That's how I personally like to do it. I'm not like again, those scripts for me, they're hit or miss, which is why I don't do them. I just kind of like try to feel it out and just naturally talk in the energy that um, would best compliment whoever I'm talking to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm giving you the best answer, to be honest, right now.
It's not just this is what you say type thing. It just depends on a lot of different things. I get it.
For me, it's that way. There are some coaches that have specific scripts, so if I can find the video, I'll try to send it to you. Like there are people that like preach that. Like, yo, if they ask you, you say this. If they ask you, you say this. For me, I just don't have that issue enough where I've come up with some kind of a script. So for me, I just like play it by ear.
Okay.
But I know here's the key though. You never give the price ever, 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 ever. You never give the price. One thing, so if I were to kind of give you a script, this is one thing I do say often is like this, the a la carte line, which is like, yeah, man, in terms of price, it's really like an a la carte system. And so what I mean by that is we have various services, we have various services, we have various packages, we have various whatever, right? And then you go into, we have various X. So it just really depends on what you're looking for, what you want. You just kind of pick and choose what fits within your budget. So if your budget's $200, we got something for you. If your budget's $1,000, we got something for you. So it just depends again what you're looking for. That being said, in terms of what we can offer you, really quick, where are you based again? Now I
Just
got back into the funnel. So for me, I try the a la carte line. That's what works well for me. So basically what I'm saying is, so hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm not giving them an answer. I'm just saying, hey, the answer I'm giving them is, hey, whatever your budget is, we'll make it work for you.
got it. Okay.
Or not, we'll make it work for you, but rather whatever your budget is, you pick and choose. We have shit at different price points. You pick and choose whatever you want to spend. So, but yeah, other questions that kind of sprang up as Righteous was talking, bro?
Yeah, this is more so technical for the Excel sheet. How do you make another column? Like, let's say I want to add another week. Um, how do you do that?
Yeah. So if I wanted to make another column, I would so basically what you do is you click here
Mhm.
and then you right click, insert column left.
Insert column left. Okay.
Yep. Now the thing is the thing is as soon as you do that, you see how like it only takes it from here to here.
Yeah.
It doesn't count this one. So what you have to actually do is you have to change this to C, and then now it's going to count it.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
So at first it was D through whatever, and then you just input the thing to C.
Yeah. So this one, for example, this one needs to be updated like crazy. This one is F. So this needs to actually be C. Yeah, bro. What other questions did you have?
No, I think that's it right there. So insert column left, and then change it. Let me see. I'm looking at mine. Oh, for some reason in the let me see.
Oh yeah. All
So
right.
I think that's it, bro.
Okay. We got some broken stuff here. This is supposed to be the number of sales calls. You put like something else here. So whenever you get a chance to look at that.
Okay. I didn't even see.
Yeah. But yeah, anything else, bro? Anything else?
Yeah, that's it, man. Appreciate it.
Okay. Man, it's a quiet one today. So I guess I'll just kind of go over what was on my mind. I'll just tell the other guys to watch this back. But one thing I was thinking is this is what I would do different in terms of like onboarding somebody. So use this SOP to prevent refunds, chargebacks, and overall BS after a sales call. So what does Cam and Aman do? Cam does the sales call, and then he does the kickoff form, as you guys saw at the end of the call, and then he schedules them to do a tech call with Aman and an onboarding call with him later on. And then Aman hops on later, he does the tech call, and then Cam hops on later and he does the onboarding call. And they are trying to automate this where they don't even need to do an onboarding call, but that's what they're currently doing. And I don't think it's bad. However, small little tweaks that I would make, and the reason I was thinking about this, by the way, was because I'm gonna be launching that dating offer for men. And for me, I know I'm gonna have to like push some people on the sales call and be a little bit aggressive to get them to spend the money just because of the type of offer it is. And the last thing I want to do is deal with them hitting me up the next day, like, yo, bro, I need a refund or da 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 da, or let me change, I changed my mind, but I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. And so I was like, how do I prevent that? And so I thought of something. I just want to share with you what I'm going to be doing, what I recommend that you guys do as well. So basically, you close the deal, and then the next step is on the sales call. You tell them you do this whole thank you song and dance. Hey, thank you so much. I'm super excited for you, blah, blah, blah. Then you do the kickoff form like Cam does. Then what you're going to do is you're going to schedule the onboarding call with you later. And then you do this whole refund chargeback line and then the payment plan line. You do all of this on the sales call. Then, I'm sorry, and then you say to them, hey, look, I'm going to see you on this day and time. Okay. So, right, just you know what I'm talking about, Aslan, you probably are not going to know until you watch the content. But when it comes to so basically again, you close a deal, right? They transact with you, you get them to pay, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Common sense. Then after they pay, they go to like a thank you page. So what I like to do is I like to just say, hey man, thank you so much, Eslan, for trusting me, man. I know that you saw me on this other side of this monitor and you didn't know me from a matter of need, but you clicked on the ad, you opted in, and we had this conversation. Here we are, and you decided to part ways with your money, that your hard-earned money. And I just want you to know I appreciate you for that. So thank you for that. Thank you for trusting me with that. Second thing I want you to know, bro, is ball's in my court now, right? You took a leap of faith. You put some skin in the game. Now the ball's on my court to perform, and I promise you I will. So what I want you to do is I want you to set your expectations high because I will exceed them. The energy that you got from me from the very first conversation we had to now to later, forever, through and through, it's gonna be the exact same energy. Okay. So hold me to that standard. I will not disappoint you. Okay. So I want you to do that, right? So let's go ahead. I know I'm talking shit right now. I sound confident. Hold me to that standard. Okay. They're gonna say some shit. Cool. That being said, man, then that being said, Eslan, what we need to do, man, is we need to do the kickoff form, like I said earlier. Just answer a few questions after we do that, man. Then we're gonna schedule your onboarding call, and then me and you are gonna sit down and have a conversation later on tomorrow. Okay? You say, yeah, cool. So then I do the kickoff form with you, it's just like Cam did. Then I schedule the onboarding call with you, just like Cam did. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. So and then I'm gonna pull up a screen. And then when I pull up the screen, it's like, cool, man. Excellent. Before I let you go, just really quick, super, super important. Look, I want to make sure that you feel good about the decision you made. I know you just, again, you poured your hard-earned money to this. I just want to make sure you feel really good about the decision that you made. So, first of all, no one has ever asked me for a refund or has asked me for a chargeback, and I've been doing it for 7+ years. So I'm pretty good at what I do. Now, that being said, again, I'm not worried about you. I know you're not worried about me, but I just gotta say this. I gotta cross my T's, dot my I's. At the end of the day, man, if you, and again, this is me just trying to reduce your anxiety. If you wanted to get a refund, if you wanted to get a chargeback, basically all you have to do is visit www.centermarketandcheatcode.com/TOS. That's our terms of service. And on there, what you're going to find is our terms of service, which basically says that if we launch the ads for you and they don't generate the leads for you, then we owe you 100% refunds, no questions asked. Good luck proving that, by the way, because our shit works. So I always joke, I always say that little thing, everybody laughs. So and right, so then I'm like, cool. So I hope you feel like that's fair. I hope you feel like that's fair, by the way. At the end of the day, if my shit doesn't work, yeah, I owe you a refund. But if my shit does work, well then, kind of common sense, right? That's what you're here for, right? So that being said, I just bring that up again. I'm not worried about you, but look, if you come to me, so in other words, what I'm trying to say, Aslan, is, anybody that says things to me like, "Hey, this is too hard. Hey, I got this freaking pet llama that's coming to town. I got to take care of, and then I'll fly it back, and then I'll start with you." Any of those kinds of things, man, like those are not a reason for a refund. The reason for a refund is if I fail, if I don't do my part, right? Kind of common sense, bro. If I fuck up your heart surgery, like, yeah, sue me. Otherwise, you can't just be like, hey, in the middle of heart surgery, like, hey, I don't want this heart surgery. Too late, man. I'm already fucking cutting into you. Right. So I just hope that feels fair to you. So in other words, man, if you come to me tomorrow, for example, and you say, hey, Kushik, I'm gay now and I don't want you to run ads to get me dates. I'm sorry, bro. There's not much I can do about that. Right. Is that fair? Yeah. All right, bro. And I probably would joke about that to lighten up the tension. Cool. All right, bro. In that case, man, that's pretty okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to go over this one last thing with you, and I'm gonna let you go, Aslan. So really quick, man, like I'm not a debt collector. You just put 1,000. Remember, this offer is for $5,000. I let you put $1,000 down so long as you pay off the remaining balance. I'm gonna hook up that discount for you. That being said, I am not a debt collector. Okay, so if you miss a payment, okay, you are blacklisted. I am letting you go from the program. I will not talk to you again. Again, not because I hate you, but because I just don't have the time and energy. Like I said at the very beginning, the energy that you got from me at the very beginning, that you're getting from me now, you'll get that through and through. But the only way I can give you that energy is because I'm not a debt collector. I'm not chasing people down. I don't have somebody on my team. That kind of stuff is draining. So again, if you miss a payment, unfortunately, I have to let you go. Okay. So I just want to be really crystal clear about that. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything like that. It's just how we run our business. So basically, here's the outcome. Outcome one is you don't reach out to me on the 25th. And if you don't, and your card is declined, I'm just going to reach out to be like, hey, man, sorry, can't work with you anymore. Option two is you don't reach out to me and the card goes through and it's just a monthly payment plan. Option three is you reach out to me on that day and then you say, Krishik, I want to get the discount. At that point, I'm going to send you a link, you cover the remaining balance, and then you're good to go. You get that 20% discount. Okay. So these are the three options that are going to occur. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into your calendar right now and I want you to mark your date for the 25th. Okay. So go ahead. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, pull it out because I want to make sure you're good. Yeah. So let's pull it out. Cool. And then just like set an alarm. And in fact, I would tell you probably like go on the 20th as well. And let's put something on the 20th. This way you have a few days of buffer. Okay. Because we obviously don't want to get to the very end. Okay. So cool. All right. So I think we're good there, Esteban. If you have questions, comments, concerns, you let me know. Aside from that, man, I'm going to see you on our onboarding call tomorrow at 5 p.m. Cool? Cool. And then you do the tech call and then you do the onboarding call. So I hope this makes sense why I'm going over this. The reason I'm going over this is here's why I'm going over this. There's many times where, not many times, I can think of only two cases in my life, for me at least, where I did a sales call and I was pushy with them. Okay. I was pushy. I bent their arm a little bit. I was a little bit aggressive with them to get them to take action. And then what happens is either the next day or the day after, whatever, before the onboarding, they come back to me and say, hey, Kaushik, I changed my mind, blah, blah, blah. I can't do it for whatever reason. Right. And this is why Estelon, all this is important. So fucking important. So I sat there and I realized, okay, well, what I can do is I can just go over the refund policy. I can go over this stuff at the very end of the sales call. This way, there's no way they can come back to me in a day or two and say any of that shit. That's the high level psychology here. That's why this works so well. So that's what I would be doing. And that's what I will be doing with this new offer. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, Estelon or Righteous?
Yeah. On the thank you part, like after they make the payment, this is something that you're saying to them, or are you talking about create a thank you page? So after they make the payment, they go to a thank you page and see a video that's kind of breaking all that down.
Yeah. So basically, there's a sales page here where obviously they make the payment. Then once it's done, it goes to like a calendar page usually for them to book a call. What I'm saying is when they get to this calendar page, I take a moment to say thank you, congratulations, all that shit here. So somebody goes here, I do the sales thing, and then I get them on the page. They make the payment. They get to the confirmation page. When they get here, I'm like, hey man, congratulations. I just want to say blah 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 blah. They say cool, and then I get them to book it out. Then when they book it out, they get to like a thank you page here, which says congratulations. We'll see you at the day and time on your coaching call. At that point, then I'm gonna get them to do the kickoff form, and then I'm gonna do the lines here.
Okay, got you. Now that makes sense.
So close them, get them to pay. Once they get to the calendar page, I say all the whole thank you stuff. They're like, cool. They've scheduled out their onboarding call. And then I do the tech call with them. And then I do these two lines. And then I say, I'll see you later. I'll see you on this day and time. Okay. So that should prevent people reaching out to you. So Daniel, this is important, bro. What I just went over is a tweak that you can make to your onboarding process so that you don't get people hitting you up with, hey, I need a refund. So you literally had this happen. So this is super important. So if I were you, I would come back here. I would go back to maybe the 42-minute mark and watch this. But basically what I'm simply saying is you close the deal on the sales call. After you close the deal, you say thank you, which is here, thanks for trusting me. Ball's in my court now. Set your expectations high. I will exceed them. You get them booked into doing their onboarding. Then you get them to fill out the kickoff form right then and there. And so you get them to fill out the kickoff form, you get them to schedule their onboarding call, and then you go over the refund and the payment plans line right then and there. So you know how you go over that on the onboarding call? On the onboarding call, you go over, hey, refunds charged by, we don't do those, we never have. Hey, for payment plans, I need you to go in your account, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying to do those right then and there at the end of the sales call, as opposed to waiting for the onboarding. Go over them on the onboarding again, but do it right then and there at the end of the sales call. Why? Because oftentimes, as you know, you get everything they pay you, and then a day later or within a week they get cold feet. And so you hit them right away, especially if they're going to get cold feet the next day. That's usually what it is. Your case was not normal. Your case where you got cold feet like a week later, that's not normal. Usually, if they get cold feet, they're going to get cold feet the next day. And the reason that's a problem is because you close the deal and then you do the onboarding call. And on the onboarding call is where you're safe because you do the checkmate. They can't ask you for a refund or anything after that. However, they can quit here. So if they quit here, you don't get a chance to do the onboarding call and put them in checkmate. So what I'm saying is put them in checkmate here so you don't lose them.
Gotcha. And then yeah, that makes sense in case they do it really early, like right after the next day. I guess I mean I've never dealt with this in the sense that it was right between, but yeah, that's like a good preventative action all around. But I guess like when the week passed last time, I felt like a lot of what I said to leverage like why they don't get a refund is because we already built it out, right? Like we took a week, we built it out for you, the work's already been done. So I'm curious, is there anything
I
said
don't, no,
differently
no,
on
no.
the
So, yeah, I don't think you're saying the right thing. The way again, if you listen back to what I said earlier today on this coaching call, you'll see what I lead with is, hey, look, if you want a refund, so here's how I like to say it is like, so, hey, just really quick, I'm crossing my T's, down my I's. I'm not really worried about your Riviera. I'm just going over this with you just 'cause I have to go this over with you. And I just want to make sure you feel comfortable just in case you want an out. But in terms of refunds or chargebacks, man, like I've never been asked for one and I don't plan on ever being asked for one. I've been doing this for 7 years, pretty good at what I do. But in the event that you wanted a refund, right? In the event that you wanted one, right? You wanted to be the first person at 7 years. Well, all you have to do is you visit www.sonmarketingchico.com/TOS, and there you'll find a refund policy. And a refund policy is very simple. It's just basically that the moment we launch our ads, if we don't generate X number of leads for you within X number of time frame, yeah, we owe you 100% refund. No questions asked. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. There's nothing there. It's just if our shit doesn't work, we owe you a refund. That being said, good luck proving our ads don't work. And you so now it becomes a catch 22 because like, hey, if you want a refund, prove our shit doesn't work. By the way, it's impossible to prove that gravity doesn't exist. So it's kind of a checkmate move. And then they kind of laugh about it. And so that's the thing. Your thing is not like, oh, I already built this, I already did it. Like nobody gives a fuck. What you lead with is, and again, listen back to this. I can kind of where I shared what I say, but I say that I also say things along the lines of, look, so and I feel like that's pretty fair. At the end of the day, if my shit doesn't work, I owe you a refund. But if it does work, well then yeah, I'm under no obligation to give you a refund. It's not fair. So in other words, if you come back to me tomorrow and say, hey, it's hard work, or I don't have the time, or I got a pet llama I got to take care of, right? All those kinds of things don't qualify for a refund. So if you come back to me tomorrow, Rivera, and you ask for one, I'm gonna be like, bruh, and then two, I'm gonna send you a link to this recording and timestamp right here, right now. Is that fair? I kind of joke about it, reduce the tension. Basically, it's just like I kind of make it feel like, bro, if my product sucks, if my product is broken, I owe you a refund. If my product's not broken, I don't fucking owe you shit. And we kind of agree upon that. You have to do it that way.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to prevent them from like hitting you with any kind of shit.
Oh, this is perfect.
So it's not about the CRM that you built, the ads that you built, because nobody gives a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. All he gives a fuck about is like, I don't give a fuck if you built a CRM, Riviera. Uh, because yeah. So, and the other way I kind of like, and here's another important talking part is like, hey, you have to launch our shit and prove it doesn't work. So it's like, hey, you want a refund? Cool, man. Let's get it launched then. Let's get it launched. And if it doesn't work, I'll give you a refund. And to that, they know that, and they know to not even challenge you. They know to like, why the fuck am I gonna get Riviera to launch this shit for me, spend money, and then I'm gonna look more like a fucking doofus. So I'm not even ask them.
True.
Right. So there's just a lot of psychological warfare to it. I've thought of everything that you can probably think of to make sure you guys are safe with this one. So yeah. Questions, comments, concerns, anybody? Okay, cool. So I'll hang out for a little bit longer. I don't know about Aiden. I don't know what's going on. I'll hang out here for like another 15 minutes or so. Um, Riviera, what do you want to go over, man?
Not too much. I was hoping that Aiden would be here, but just to kind of watch over stuff. I mean, kind of what we discussed previously, so you're kind of caught up is just, I'm kind of this week's kind of recalibration week, just making sure I can, be back on top of things. Feel like I kind of went off the rails, and I just want to make sure that I take this time to kind of get back in charge of shit and yeah, take advantage. Sasha, yeah, I just, basically reached out to her. So, I'm just waiting on her, but essentially gonna reintroduce her to Slack so I could get you in that group channel with her. Wendy's numbers, I just need to update. But yeah, I've just been doing a little bit of travel, kind of like I said, those previous obligations that we discussed, but hoping to round it out. Kind of this is kind of the major week, so I'm hoping to just be able to this is the only like travel shoot day. So after that, it's pretty much good to go. And my buddy's been allowing me to kind of take on calls and he'll take over some of the shoots. So I've been kind of having up my yeah, he's been helping me kind of, navigate the waters of because I don't want to not go to calls. I don't want to not reschedule shit. So I just been super even with what I got going on. Yeah, super just keeping that on top priority. But yeah, just kind of stressed. As you know, it's just, you can't have well, I guess you could have two wives, but I guess you can't have two you can't have two things like, two
Yeah.
things that are parallel to each other, like video world and this world, and have it all be perfectly cohesive and beautiful and streamlined. It's just no possibility. There's no way. And I'm living proof of it. So I guess this is just me kind of picking up my pants and being a big boy and just kind of taking that time to kind of reevaluate things to kind of
What's if we consider the video aspect of things? I know again we've got momentum with the agency now.
Mhm.
But before, what were you doing average revenue and profit per month through video? Not like the dentist stuff, not anything. I'm just talking about just video. So like you're bringing in 5,000 per month, 7,000 per month. Like what was average for you?
Probably like 3 to 5K a month.
Okay.
But this is just second shooting, not editing. This is only recently that I took on editing roles because those second shooting opportunities kind of slowed down. So then to upkeep that, it's like, saying yes to things I usually say no to, so to speak, and then realizing kind of this last week, 2 weeks kind of backfired. And like, I'm like, damn, like, second shooting, you could kind of skate by and get away with working on both things, taking on actual lead shooting roles and editing. Yeah, no go. No go. Touch the stove to learn it's hot, kind of, so to speak, the last week. So, and I kind of shared that with you and you've kind of seen that. So, but yeah, it's kind of like a more of a reawakening of like, no, and that's the thing that gets me is just like I don't need to, right? I think I kind of shared with you like I was doing things out of fear.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to, and it's nice to have extra income. And I think I got used to hitting a certain number per month that if it dips down, it feels like I should be saying yes to everything, right? So, and kind of reevaluating that saying no is actually a good thing because it means I'm saying yes to myself, saying yes to this, right? Saying yes to
You're at
you
it. The
know,
place you're at is, and Esteban, I hope you're listening because he's dealing with something that maybe you're probably to deal with soon, if not already, is, and I run to this with everybody, is like it takes people a little bit of time to kind of find their footing. Like, what niche am I going to go into? Consistent closing deals. And so with Jeremy, we went right from Jeremy was so hard. Like he was fucking working 60 hours a week and just taking on everything. And once I finally got the niche stuff cracked for him, now he finally says no to stuff. And he's, again, as you guys all know, he's at his 10th client. I think they charge $1,500. So he's like, he's at his number and he's happy. But it took me a while to get him there. But things really changed from the moment he saw, like, oh, I closed 3 clients this month. Wait, hold up. So he had to have like that shift. And so the reason I bring that up, Eslan, is me and Riviera have been fighting tooth and nail from one niche to another. He's the guy that I was telling you about that started with the dentist. I invited him here because he was doing dentist and he had like a few clients that he was getting good results for. And I was like, hey, why don't you hop in here? Let me help you scale up with dentist. And then we tried dentist, had some issues there. Went to HVAC, had some issues there. Tried door and something else, had some issues there. And then finally, this is working for him. And he's only seen this work for him for the past, I don't know, like 2, 3 months ago, we're finally getting progress. I think like 2 months ago or so. Because every single niche we went into, there's like mediocre progress, but not like the consistent closing 1, 2 deals a week. Now we're there. We're finally there. And the thing with Riviera that me and him are talking about and just kind of like working on his mindset and stuff is just getting rid of that mindset of like because he'll take up until this point he was taking on jobs to make enough money to continue the agency because he knew he believed in the agency thing. We just had to crack it for him. And now that we finally cracked it for him, now he's like shooting himself in the foot because he took on all this additional work that's been fucking this up. And so now he's this is what he meant like by he's like touched the stove, he realized how hot it is, he realized how it fucked him up, and now he's learned I have to say no to this in order to grow this thing. And so I just share that with you because I know I can sound like a fucking broken record a lot, Eslan, especially for people that are like at the part of the journey that you're at. But this is just like real life, right? Jeremy is one example, and then I'm showing you another one right now. And so it doesn't make sense until you do it. It doesn't make sense until you touch the hot stove, or you just like say, I'm not even gonna touch the hot stove. I'm just gonna, you know, you know, eat a little bit less because I trust. So I just want to bring that up just so you can kind of hear Eslan, just a real life experience and kind of hear from because wisdom is learning from other people's mistakes, right? That's what wisdom technically is. Um, and Aiden too. Aiden's another example of that as well. Like just fucking like going crazy and just keeping his thing has just been way too busy. It's been forever for me to get him to like stop doing silly stuff. And so, finally when I got him to do less silly stuff, he's making progress. Same thing with Jorge. With most guys in here, with most people, most videographers especially, it's not that they're doing the wrong things. They're doing too many of the wrong things that they don't have enough time to do the right things. That's usually what it is. So anyways, I'll stop rambling. That's my little spiel or rant today. But I don't know, Rivier, is there anything else you want to say about that you want me to know? Because I feel like I know what you said. I just want to kind of echo that for Eslan so he doesn't have to learn that lesson painfully.
Yeah, I think it's just a transition. I think it's a transition because you've been so used to it's like we're creatures of habit. So I think knowing that it's just one of those things that it's similar to, I mean, those entrepreneurs you hear those stories of they used to work this one job and then they quit their 9 to 5 and then they went all in and then that's where you saw them skyrocket. Or in Shark Tank when Kevin O'Leary's so harsh on them about, oh, you have this other thing going on, I'm out. And it's like, why is that so important? And now I'm starting to realize the importance of why are investors like that? Why are people like that? And it's hard to juggle two heavy things at once. I think I'm seeing it now. It's like, you're on shoots, revisions, things like that. It takes you don't hit as hard when it comes to going on your discoveries for your own business on demos, and then you're the wind's taken out of you, and then could that fuck up your close rate? Possibly. And could you possibly, you traveling, shooting, and a delay in your flight and the Wi-Fi shit at the fucking airport, and now it fucked up your call, like, all because of the things you said yes to. Now you have to say no to the things that is your lane, your business, your passion, your the true lane, the true scale with no ceiling. Because if you truly crack something and you know it works and you trust the process, then maybe you're not there yet, but that the ceiling is so high versus, videography. And we all know the issues there. I mean, this is why we're here, right? It's like there's a ceiling and the ceiling is the fact that, the ROI for those people, if you're not in there with the ads, it's not as good. So the churn rate is high for your clients for video, and you do things that lets you eat for the night, but does it sustain you for the year? And I would say no. And I would say that the thing that we're on with ads is the thing that will sustain us. I mean, you heard it with Jeremy, with Cam, with shit, when you crack the code, it's game over. It's like you can eat for a lifetime. So I think taking the sacrifice, and it's something I'm learning now. I'm not trying to be preachy. I burned my hand just the last week taking on shit and roles I shouldn't have. And it's like the money, yeah, it's nice. I ate for the night, but I'm gonna be hungry tomorrow. And it's like I could have just been working on my shit that's getting a good cost per lead, probably got more higher closes, been able to watch more material that Koshik sends me, and been more on it with this that I could have just closed somebody else and not had to say. I don't know. It's just like it's a trust thing for sure. And I think I was making decisions out of fear that, oh, like what if this doesn't take off? Then let me just squeeze in these shoots. Let me just say yes to these things. It's an easy alley oop. It's a referral. It's so fucking easy to get this fucking close. But oh, man, dude, does it take time away from your shit? And like, fuck, I felt it, man. I felt like I was slowing down. And it sucks because it's like I'm getting call book calls for fucking $10 a pop. I think I last checked. So it's like I'm truly not taking advantage of what's in front of me. Um, but yeah, sorry if that's a ramble, but just speaking from the heart here.
No, it's good. I think it is a good reminder for all of us to just like stay focused on what we have. It's easy to sometimes say yes to a shoe and this and that, but $10 book calls, man, you don't get that. Like that's never gonna come back in your life ever, 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 ever. So eat while you have it. I was telling Riviera this the other day. When the stage when I was spending $300 to make $1,000 sale, if I could, at my peak, I think $300-400 a day I was spending on ads. If I could go back in time, I would spend 3 grand a day, dude. Biggest mistake I made in my life. Biggest fucking mistake. If I go back in time, that's what the fuck I would do. Like these days, when you have good numbers, you fucking spend money like crazy. You close as many deals as possible. I don't fucking care how much you're sleeping because these days will not come back. So yeah, River, you're in a place where you should be taking advantage of these cheap book calls, man, and closing as many deals as possible, bro. I can see Aiden not in his head because he knows the numbers are not gonna last. So, but yeah, bro. I'll hang out for a little bit longer. Riviera, anything else you want to go over, and then I'm gonna move on to Aiden. And then we'll probably wrap things up.
Oh, that's pretty much it from me. Yeah, just gonna stay on Sasha and make sure she gets in that group thing. She's like really the last person, and then
How did
and then
from
Wendy, I feel like you lit something in her too, because now she feels like more, yeah, she seems like she's more involved. I don't know. I felt a different energy from her. So,
yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I think it's like she sees that she could be a value as a guinea pig, and then it could be something that just builds me up so much easier because she sees me struggle all the time. I think she's seen like, oh, if I could just help him by just doing these simple things, then fuck yeah, So yeah, I think that's cool too to see versus me just feel like I'm nagging her. Now it feels like she's kind of self-starting and kind of getting energized and wanting to work on things and stuff. But like I told her I'd pay for her album and things like that. So those are things that are helping too. Is just scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. So, but that's it from there. I think that's
Where
helping a lot. So.
what's the obviously you and Estelon have been talking a little bit in terms of like figuring out the high ticket stuff. Where are you in the overall process? Just so I have a heads up, like you guys bought the album, now you guys are gonna put it together. Like, what's the next steps?
She's gonna buy it tonight. So she has the album. She's already got it set. And yeah, she wanted to take like a day just to kind of get fresh eyes on it to make sure like she likes the way it formats. But yeah, she's very much gonna buy it. Like I said, we had a Pixie set one that was on the way. We canceled that and whatever. But yeah, she has that one and yeah, should be good to go. So yeah, it just took a while to build out because we wanted to make one that has a lot of pages so that way we take advantage of like all the galleries she's done and all the different customer avatars, like one white family, one black family, one couple, one this and that and that. So but I know this will be the ultimate like open the floodgates
Okay.
to possibility. But yeah, but yeah, and yeah, she bought Fundy designer too, so thanks Estelon for that. Yeah, really cool thing that it promotes trying to sell at high ticket, which I like, and it's really thinking about the photographer and them, because the obviously they do better when people are selling high ticket. So, but seeing that they give a lot of material and tools is cool. So, but that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'll check up on her on that, but she seems pretty excited and actually
Keep-
instead of feeling like I'm just nagging her and telling her do this, do that, or whatever, she's like actually fucking excited now. So I think that will help.
Good, good. Yeah, keep me posted. Like as you guys are trying things out, like keep me, you know how like the other day you were like telling me like, hey man, she's worried about this and like how do I do the upsell, da 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 da. And we talked about that. I was like, hey, so like just keep me posted. It's like, hey, we're gonna go to the beach today and here's what we think we're gonna say. And then
Hmm.
just let me know. And then this way
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
be like, oh, it's a good idea, or here's try this. Why don't you guys try this? So just let me know as you guys progress through that whole thing.
yeah,
Um, so
yeah.
okay,
So that's helpful too. Yeah, I feel like that's what kind of gets us stuck too is like, oh, what if, yeah. So I think, yeah, I'll just keep you in the loop and yeah, let you know like what the plan is with the
just
sessions.
drop it
'Cause
here. Yeah, just drop it here. You guys can both brainstorm and share like, hey, what about this? What about that? And I'll give you my 2 cents. So okay, cool. Anything else before I transition to Aiden?
that's it. Thank you.
Yep. Aiden, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Is Wendy Daniels' girlfriend that
Yes. Yep.
I'm like, Koshik, I might need to have you sit down with my wife, Marin, and to I could use that kind of same self starter pack too, because I feel like I'm the same way. I'm like, babe, do this, do that, and anyways.
Yeah. No, hey, on a serious note, if you I'm all for it, man. If you want to create a Slack with me, you and her and chat, like, dude, like just we you let me know or you start it and I'm happy to have that conversation. You tell me her email, I'll invite her in and we can do that. I'm happy to do that, man. If that helps.
Sick. That'd be fun. I think I might do that. Um,
Cool.
yeah, I sorry, I got out of a discovery call that I tried to push to a sales call. I wasn't able to collect cash, but he says he's gonna give it a go for a month. It turns out this guy that this is just a random contractor out of El Paso, Texas. Um, he's like, there's another Midas Media. He's like, I was already talking to your guy, Alex. Turns out there's another Midas Media in El Paso, whatever. And yeah, so that was confusing the crap out of him, and it was really funny. But I was like, this guy does like video and videos. I was like, dude, you don't need video. Come, let me show you this. I hopped on the ads. It's like, dude, you don't need video. I was like, we've already got video. We've already got everything you need. Here's these leads. Here's the cost per lead. We haven't done it in El Paso, but we know it works everywhere. So like, we know it's going to work in El Paso and all this stuff. And it got him from like, oh, I'm like, this is just confusing, man. Already talking to this other guy at Midas Media to like, yeah, dude, I'll give this a try for a month. It just, if it makes sense, we'll keep going. And I'm like, hell yeah. So, anyways,
So what do you
I
mean by
didn't
that? Like,
collect cash on this one.
so what do you mean by he's down to try for a month? As in, like he's agreed to do a trial or he hasn't agreed? What is he doing for a month?
Uh, he was basically he agreed to a trial. Um, let's see, and yeah, he's agreed to a trial. I will say this though, and this is the thing: is like you can't count it as a close until you collect cash. I showed him everything. He was really, really interested. He's like, I was showing him results, leads, ads, like cost per lead. I was showing him like, closes and things like that from other clients. And so he was really, really interested. But I'm not gonna, I guess, count that as a close because I didn't collect cash. But basically he's just, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
So basically he's agreed to doing a trial, but like what's next? Like is he gonna pay you to do a trial? Is he expecting a free trial? What's the next touch point?
Good question. Yeah, I guess we didn't set a next touch point. So I'll set that up with him. And he said he wouldn't ghost me, and I don't know. Not many contractors say that they won't ghost me, so I guess at least hopefully I'll know. It's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But so I'll set up a next touch point with him because you're right, I should have done that. And okay, cool. I'll do that with him. And then what was the other thing?
Yeah, that was it. Is like so
Trial.
yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing he might even do like a full month. But basically I told him, I was like, we're confident enough in this, man, where we do $500 for the first week. If we need to extend it for another week for free, that's fine. But yeah. And he's like, I repeated that a few times and he kept saying that he would do it for a month. So
Okay. Well, I guess if you
I mean, I gave him the price of like a month, and
if you collect the cash and it takes a little bit longer, like that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. The key is just got to get some skin in the game. And so that's fine. To be honest, I mean, I wish I could do trials longer because if I do trials longer, it would get people better results. So if I get them to spend more money, they're more likely to close a deal within that time frame and then upsell. So okay, cool, man. I guess like how did you feel about the call overall? Do you feel like the momentum and progress is continuing, or like through again last week and kind of tweaks you're making, or how do you feel?
I do feel like progress is being made. I feel like I do feel like I'm keeping the momentum. I think it's just like a couple of these things I need to continue to button up. Like for example, coming up with the next touch point. Like, okay, cool. You say you're not going to ghost me. That's great. I appreciate that. When can I follow up with you
Yeah.
next? You're like, hey, let me give you a call tomorrow evening or something like that. And I think also the next thing that I need to work on is, yeah, extending it beyond like $500. Um, I could even do like $1,000 if it was like for um, a month, and then after they get like three, even like five estimates, then they pay the rest. Like that would be better. I don't know.
I
So I just need to
I
perfect
would
that part as well. But
I would suggest that you go lower. Like I feel like you do, if I were you, I would do $400 for the first week. I would not exceed. Like the more you increase the price, the harder it's going to become, obviously. So if I were you, I would do $400. If you go down to 200, honestly, I would do that too. I just don't know if that makes sense in terms of your ad costs.
um, for the first couple days, not as much, but like um, I don't know. We'll see. Um, yeah, we're messing with some ad stuff right now to try to see how we can combine the cost quiz with the promo to lower the cost per lead and increase the quality of the lead as well. Um, anyway,
Wait,
so I think in the future, I think 300 or 400 could be more doable. But
so here's what I meant by that. So it's $400 for your service fee, not the ad spend.
oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, duh. Sorry, you're right. Yes. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. The sorry, I had to do it the other way where it's like $500, basically kind of like as a almost like a free to fee kind of situation, because this guy, it was the one call closed and he didn't have a business, he didn't have his business stuff already set up, and so it was just the easiest way to get that going was to like he's already kind of technologically challenged. So it's just like okay, so it's just like okay, you know what, like if we get if he wants to get him going, then I'll cross that bridge when I get to it for this guy. For everybody else, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
I see. So the guy that you closed the other day, the money that you collected, was that money that you're going to use towards running ads for him, or is that ad spend, or that like is that service fee?
That's that's ad spend right now.
Okay. So I think that so super important. So I'm glad we're having this conversation. So
Yes.
basically so the way Cam is doing it is he's saying it's $400 for a week trial, and they're pocketing that $400.
Yeah.
They're not spending any of that on ad spend. And then they're getting access to the business, the ads manager and all that stuff and the credit card and everything, and they're using that to run the ads. And I would recommend you do that as well.
Yeah, I would have, and maybe I should have just
Because if
gone
you
through. I need to.
if push comes to shove, then yeah, do it this way where like you collect 400, 500, whatever, and that's just. But here's the thing. So here's why I wouldn't even do that. Okay, here's why. So if you're doing a trial for somebody, dude, and you're gonna be just running ads, to be honest, you don't charge them anything. You just get them to say yeah. And then what you do is you just do a tech call and you just get access to their ad account, their credit card, and everything like that, and you just run the ads. This way you guarantee the close. That's actually like I would not be asked for anything, if that makes sense. So it's like you're
Yeah.
making it more difficult than it needs to be. We're trying to collect the $400 as a service fee for you so that you're not losing money on your ads. So does that make sense? So it's like you pick two routes.
Yeah.
Route one is you're going to charge $400 a week for the first week there, and then $500 a week after that, and that's all you're pocketing all that money. And that's again, if you want to do that route, and if push comes to shove, and it's like a really hard close, you just want to close a deal. You say, hey, it's a free trial, and you tell them, hey, look, we're probably going to be spending about $400 to $500 in order to get you some decent results. But again, you don't owe me a single dime, and then you just get them on board, and you just use their credit card on their ad account. So that's guaranteed going to get you the close. So that's what I would have done with this guy, for example. If he's not willing to, again, fork over the $400, whatever. What I went over is super important. So I hope that makes sense.
Yes. No, it does, and I'm 100% on the same page with you. Um, it was just like I guess I need to come up with a SOP prepared beforehand to figure out like as quickly as possible. Okay, do they have a business portfolio or like the old business settings set up already? Stuff like that. Yeah, it was like in that like for that scenario, but I'm with you on the same page. And like when I get this guy leads, and his ads are already doing well with really high click-through rates. We launched them just a few hours ago. Like
Oh,
basically,
you're already doing the trial for this guy, the guy that you just
Mhm.
or wait, is this wait no, this is the first guy or is this the guy that you just had a conversation with? Obviously, you haven't launched anything with him. Sorry, never mind. I'm on the same page as you.
No, you're good. You're good. Um, but then like I figure after the trial goes well, then we will set everything up properly, just like exactly like what you're saying. We're gonna give him his own ad account. I'll get his, Facebook login and stuff. I'm gonna go in and create everything, and then he'll be paying us separate from what he's paying an ad spend. It was just kind of a means to the easiest route to. It's like, yeah, I had him log in, and it was a struggle just to get a fucking screen share going. And so it was kind of just like pulling hair out just to get to like Facebook and get to the Meta Business Suite. And so I was like, okay, we will make this easier here. And that was the only thing. But I did a really thorough onboarding with him with um, not just the tech access stuff, but like the onboarding. I like gave him some really good, you know, tips on how to reach out to the leads and all that stuff. So, anyways, I don't know. I think the trial is going to go really well. I'm excited. So, but yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. We're on the same page, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Keep me posted. Let's just kind of see what happens with this guy, the first guy, and then this guy today. I'll just take. Um, but aside from that, man, like what else is top of mind that you want to discuss?
Hang on one second. Hang on. Sorry,
Yeah.
what was
I was just asking like what else is top of mind that you wanted to go over?
it? Mind. I don't know. We're just like really busy, and so like we're doing a ton of onboarding, and it's really good because I haven't. Sorry, guys. I haven't had really solid onboarding processes before all of this happened. So I had like some Aman's onboarding stuff. I was watching those Aviad onboarding videos because that was just super valuable stuff. Um, and so that's taken up a lot of time with a few people. Top of mind, I don't know. Things are busy. I'm trying to keep my head above water. Trying to just get to more calls. So I have some scripts for from that guy I was telling you about,
Yeah.
of reaching out to old leads. So I'm interested to see how that goes for like myself. I'm also gonna give one of my sales girls some of the free video leads that ended up being contractors. So yeah, that's kind of top of mind for me, is just like doing more sales, updating like the KPI sheet, which I didn't do yet. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. How many calls have you taken this week? Discovery calls and sales calls?
Let's see. That one was the first one this week, was the one today where the guy said he wanted to do it for a month.
And then
And
last week?
then last week there were, let me double check these numbers. I think there might have only been a couple. Edgar, Charlie, Jose. Yeah, I think I had two. There were a lot more that were scheduled, and I'm hitting them back up again. But two ended up happening, and then of those two, closed closed one of those last week.
Okay, good. Um, then in that case, yeah, I mean your numbers are probably good then. So I hope that makes sense. So basically, just really quick, I think we're on the same page, but I just want to go over this one more time. If I sound like a broken record, I'm okay with that because I just want to make sure you're good. So basically, so the name of the game in ideal cases, you go in there and you say, hey, look, in terms of how we do things, a trial offer, it's just $400 for the first week. With that $400, we're going to get you da 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 da. And then after that's $500 a week thereafter. No contracts, no nothing. And on top of that, the $500 a week does not start until we've gotten you three estimates or one close or whatever the fuck it is. Whatever it is that you can deliver within about a week's time. So again, it's just $400 for us to get started today. And then they pay the $400 and then you pocket that $400. That $400 is for you. In terms of ad spend, you need to go over that on a sales call somewhere. You need to say that, be very clear in terms of like, hey, we recommend you spend 30 to $50 per day. I think even Cam, he does that. He says like, hey, it's $400 for the first week. And then after that's $500. In terms of what you spend, we recommend that you spend 30 to $50 per day. So again, that's going to be that case. Now, in the event that you feel like in the event like today, where it's like you just can't do that, like it's a really hard sell, and you're like, dude, I just want to fucking sell something. I just got to get them over the edge. Then you do what you did today, which is, hey, look, you do basically what you did today, not last week or earlier this week. You don't do that because there's literally no point in that. Like whatever you did last week, you're literally making it harder on yourself. It's unnecessary. Like you're playing a game at level 10 when you can play at level 1. If you're gonna run ads for somebody and use their own money, you don't need to collect the cash because that's like just harder for you. Just get access to their shit and run ads for them that way. Again, I understand the ad account, this and that, but like it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like if you're gonna, the hard part is collecting the cash. That's the hard part. And so if you're gonna run ads for somebody, don't ask for any cash, just get access to their stuff. So if you like, for example, today's one is like, hey, look, it's a $400 trial. By the way, in terms of this trial, I'm not going to ask you for the cash or anything like that. This literally just goes to Mark Zuckerberg. I'm just going to get access to your stuff. I'm going to get you set up. There's literally nothing due. There's nothing that's due. You don't need any wallet. We just need to get you on board to get you access to your stuff. And then I'm going to start making you some money. Again, you don't owe a single dime. Um, and so that's going to be that route. So anyways, I sounds like you get it. You're looking at my face and you're nodding your head, so I think you get it. I just want to go over that, make sure that you're clear on that. And again, from what I'm understanding, there's like some tech stuff, and that's why you did it. That's fine. Uh, Aside from that, is there anything else you want to talk? Like, did you want to update me on like Tyler or anything? Is there anything interesting that you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, actually, interesting thing with Tyler. So I kind of was worried about this a little bit. I don't, there's room enough for everybody. I don't care. I mean, like obviously I've shared enough with everybody here already, but basically Tyler has told me he's come to the conclusion, which I've been telling him this for years, and of course he does it when I'm like trying to figure shit out. He's like, I've realized, bro, that like, because he does, and this is for everybody else too, guys. Like my buddy, like we do marketing and like maybe some video on the side, maybe I guess. And like for some of our local clients, we'll do some video stuff for them. My buddy Tyler is the opposite. He does mainly video stuff. He markets video stuff, and he'll make them like he offers like 60 videos, 60 days of content in 2 days or something, right? And then the real value comes when he takes those videos and puts them into ads, like paid ads, like we do. Anyways, and he's like, yeah, I feel like the real value is just in the ads, so I think I'm just gonna focus on ads. And then basically, like I'd been training my buddy Tyler to do all the sales for me. We did a few of it, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do the cost quiz that you're doing. I was like, okay, great. So anyways, which is, yeah, it's fine. Um, so he's doing that. He's moving that direction. But then he did approach me and he's like, hey, so like this is your, um, he's like, I got this system from you. He's like, I want to make sure that you are, basically, he's like, if I move in this direction, I want to give you equity. He's like, I want to give you a stake because this system was from you. He's like, I also want to get a couple hours of consulting from you every week. And so, that's kind of an update from Tyler. Is he wants to do the cost quiz ads. He wants to niche down, and I was like, yeah, dude, there's like dozens and dozens of trades and contractors. Um, and so he wants to give me a stake of that, and I'm not sure what to tell him. He's like, think about what percentage or like what share you'd want. He's like, and get back to me. So, um,
Equity or profit? Those are two different, equity or profit share.
mm,
So equity is basically you own a percentage of the company, and if it ever sells, then you get that. That's what equity is. profit share would be whatever the profits he's generating, you get a certain percentage of that. So those are two different things. Which one of those two do you feel like he was talking about?
Definitely profit share.
Okay. If it's profit share, I mean, dude, like it depends on what you give him.
Hmm.
If you're gonna give him like if you give him all right, you do this, you hit him back with whatever he hit you with 50%. Let's see how he likes that.
50%.
Not even joking, 50% because you figure out the service delivery, you're kind of giving him your sales approach. Is maybe I don't know if he wants the sale. I don't know if he's asking about the sales or maybe he's just asking about service delivery. But I mean that's why Alex Ramosi made 100 million is because of the service delivery, it's because of this challenge, it's because of that. So that's the valuable part. So I like for example, Righteous and Alman had an agreement, right? Where if anytime Righteous closed a deal, he would owe Alman a certain thing, a certain amount. So yeah, I mean that's maybe 50% is a bit much. But realistically, man, like 30% or something, I think I would leave.
Yeah, that
I would start with
and I was even thinking of basically just leaving it open to because if it's my system that he's running and the system that I developed is benefiting me, that's cool. Like I'm down for that, and I think that's awesome that he wants to do that. And basically, like if there's
you want to position a different way. I mean, there's another way to position it, which is just like, hey, man, if I teach you this stuff, you're literally taking away my fish. Because either I could close them or you could close them. And if I'm going to give you my fish, I think it's only fair that like you pay me 50% of that. Or else I could why would I not keep 100% of that and maybe pay a sales rep 10%, right? So I could take so that client that you're closing, I could keep 90% of that and pay a sales rep 10%. But I'm literally just giving it to you. So if I give it to you and I don't take it for myself, then I think 50% is fair. So you can phrase it that way as well.
yeah,
Start
100.
high and then go to. I want to start low. I would start high.
Yeah, I think that one of the ways I want to do it as well is because like Tyler, he's a I don't want to like I don't mean this in like the wrong way, but like I feel like if he was in my shoes, he would be shooting for at least 50%, if not more, because he's kind of I hate to say it like this because we're all greedy, but like he's like greedy, bro. Like I gave all you guys the cost quiz. You guys can see whatever you want. You guys can take whatever you want from the cost quiz stuff. But he is like greedy. Um, and so anyways, it's just been interesting. So yeah, I think he would be gunning for at least 50%, if not more. So yeah.
So that's that, man. But yeah, and so regarding Tyler, what I was specifically talking about was like a sales rep position, whatever. And so it sounds like you moved away from that anyways, or he has or whatever. So that's fine. We can, unless there's something you want to share about that.
Yeah, no, not really any updates. I think that basically I think having collected some cash myself, I think I want to keep dialing that in. I think if Tyler wants to do sales for me, I'll like let him do that. And yeah, I think I just need to continue to because like I did it one time and it worked, and I just need to. I feel like yeah, make it
You
to the
just need to
point where
keep
it's
doing
like
it.
if
Yeah.
I
I just
just
need
copy and paste, like give it to somebody else that they could run with it as well and close. But sorry, what were you saying?
That's it. You read my mind. It's like I think that it would be wise for you to just do it over and over until you get to points where you're like you're not you just know like hey it's a numbers thing and I close 1 out of 5. Like it's a numbers thing. I close 1 out of 5. I might not close this one. That's all good, but it's 1 out of 5, pretty much invariably. And at that point, if you want to find somebody, you could find somebody at that point. Probably. So but anyways, anything else that's top of mind for you?
Um, no, I think my Marin and I are talking more about wedding stuff, so I think I might give you her email to invite and get us in a group chat and kind of go from there. I think we're talking about doing wedding stuff. I'm backlogged on videos. I like um I've got too many videos that are way behind on, so we're basically just like trying to ramp up photo. And I can also do photo for her and she can edit them and stuff like that. But anyways,
I think we need to improve our sales
What do you
process.
mean? What do you mean you're like behind on video? Like you're editing the videos, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm editing the videos. I tried to have a couple people edit videos for me, like Tenny. Um, Tenny took a lot longer than I would have preferred, and so did my other buddy um, that I hired. And it's just because they've got other stuff, but it's like the same thing for me, where it's like I do marketing in the day, and that I do that because that's way more lucrative in the long run. And so I just kind of come home at night and edit videos between, depending on what's going on, between, like doing chores, putting the kid down, things like that. Like, so
What
yeah,
is it
I'm
that
pretty behind on videos. So
what is it that like you and her are working through that like you want my advice on, or you feel like is a bottleneck?
we're working through trying to get more like deals through like, yeah, just photography stuff. So I guess like I've got ads that will do well for that, but I think like something that we need help with is like a more concrete sales process, and maybe like other stuff that she can do. I guess I don't know. I don't know what
It's the person that does the sales.
Marin's the one that does the sales and stuff like that, and kind of manages the social media and the other business. I just kind of do the ads. So
So, so I guess what I'm asking is like, what is the bottleneck right now for you guys? Like, so what actually, how about this? What is the goal? And then what is the bottleneck that's prohibiting you from getting to that goal?
yeah. Yeah, we've been kind of selling ourselves short a little bit in terms of like dollar amount for weddings. So like close, you know, one or two higher ticket weddings a month, focusing on just photography. And the bottleneck is, I think, just like kind of the sales process, including like it's not even getting the leads. It's like everything that happens after the lead comes in from and this is no offense, babe. But yeah, just like close that whole closing process, I think.
Okay. Yeah, if you wanted to like, start a Slack with me, you and her, I'm happy to look and see what I can help with. Obviously, like numbers, KPI sheet and stuff like that. And then tell me, kind of we can kind of just take it from there. And yeah, I'd be happy to look into it and see what I can help out with.
Okay, cool.
Whether
Yeah,
it's a sales pro the first identify what the bottleneck is, and then from there I can kind of maybe give you guys some advice.
okay. Well,
Because the reason I bring it up is like I wasn't sure exactly like what it is that we're trying to solve for, because I know the conversation we had about 2 months ago is like, again, the financial situation you guys are at, and then in terms of like, hey, look, you guys are making the money from the wedding stuff. Why not just like have her close and like give each other video offers or this or that? Like we're exploring different things. So I didn't know if it was that, or like it sounds to me it's like more like growing like her side of the business, your side of the business of the wedding stuff. That seems to be, so we can
yeah,
discuss
I mean,
that.
like honestly, I think we could close for other like photographers, like running ads for other photographers. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Like I can definitely do that, but like for wedding photographers, but doing sales, I think even like for ourselves, we need to get better at that. So, um, yeah,
Okay.
I think making a few tweaks, like it would be really easy to do sales for other photographers. So I definitely we're keeping that open. We just need to, I think, perfect our process a little bit better first.
Okay. So, and do you guys have a KPI sheet I can look at? Like I can see her
And that's what I
quarterly
was
stuff or
actually
no?
going to say is like Aiden's brain just went, oh, getting Koshik to talk to us about wedding business. That sounds dope. And I didn't do much thinking or processing after that. So I'll put that on my to-do list. I'll put together a KPI sheet, put together for the wedding stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where everything would start. Is like look at the numbers. Step one, identifying what your goal is. Step two, asking you guys like why you think you guys are struggling with what you guys are struggling with. And then three, for me to look at the KPI sheet and then like verify, is what you guys saying, is that true, or is there another deeper rooted issue that we need to address first?
Okay. Okay. I'll work on that KPI sheet. So that'd be dope.
Okay. Really quick, Aiden, this is for Righteous. Righteous is at a place where he's like, hey man, I need to find a salesperson. And so he wanted to hear a little bit about your experience with the sales.io guys, because we might explore that for him.
Mm.
Um, Can you tell us a little bit more about like what happened, what they offer? Or like maybe the first question I should ask you is just like, hey, can Wright just go talk to that JJ guy and then have JJ put a post out or something, and then he interviews a bunch of people and tests them out? Is that possible? Is that something JJ offers, or how would Wright just go about finding a salesperson?
Yeah, so basically the way that he pitched it to me is he was like, um, the the pitch was we're gonna help you perfect your sales system and process. And if you need help with onboarding, we can help you with that as well. Um, and then from there, he's like, and then what we'll do is after we've perfected the sales pitch and the sales process, we will then connect you with one setter and one closer. And that was with the juicy price tag of 15K.
That sounds about right. Yeah. So 15K is for them to give you sales training and everything, and then connect you with the setter. They're literally doing the same thing as Cole Gordon, dude. That's literally Cole Gordon's offer.
Mhm.
He's that offer.
Yeah, and I guess he's working. I don't know. Yeah, he's definitely good at sales. This guy has worked with Alex Ramosi or like worked at gym launch. He works with Iman Ghazi, however you say his name. He currently does sales for him. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've been to like one of their like they have Zoom meetings multiple times throughout the week, and I've been to one, and it was all right. I didn't make it for the whole thing, so I was just there for like the last 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know like if it was just to find a salesperson, I don't know exactly what that would look like.
Cool. So all good. So Righteous, if you want to just reach out to the guy, I think it's just Aiden might have more information about the guy. I think it's just sales.io, and maybe Aiden's got his like Instagram handle or something. If I were you, I'd just reach out and be like, hey, look, I'm one of Aiden's guys. We're from the same community. And I'm just looking for a closer. I'm not looking for sales training, this and that. I'm just looking for a closer. Do you have any guys that are hungry that are looking for an agency to work at? And don't let him try to sell you that stuff. Like he's gonna try to sell you the same thing, try to sell Aiden, which is like this 15K thing for sales training and all this stuff. He a setter and a closer to come with it. It's like a all-in-one package, and that's how he's gonna position it and be like, "Oh, your sales process is fucked up. So if I give you a setter and a closer, you're not gonna make use of them because your shit's fucked up." All right. And so just don't let him do that to you. Just be like, "Yo, motherfucker, I need a closer. You got one or not?" That's it.
I got you.
And you
Appreciate you, Aiden, for reaching out and getting that information. So thanks.
yeah. Yeah. So, anything else, guys, that you guys want to go over? Aiden, anything else?
Um, the the frameworks I think are pretty fire. Like I did put like a kind of a deposit using the company money to JJ, and then basically instead of going through with the full 15K, I just like used that deposit, and he gave me, you know, basically what he did with me is he reviewed a couple calls. I think we ended up going through and reviewing like 3 calls altogether. It might have even plus discovery calls. So it was like discovery and sales twice, and then another sales call. So 5 calls altogether. Gave me some frameworks. I feel like the frameworks are pretty fire. So like I don't know if Kushik, if you want the other guys to have them, I can like give them to them too as well. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, but like whatever you want to do, like yeah, I don't
It's
know.
I have no dog in the fight. I don't care. So it's up to you, dude. If you want to share with me, if you want to share in the value drops channel, if you want to email it to me, it doesn't matter to me. It's up to you.
Okay, yeah, this framework, yeah, it was. It was kind of how yeah, it was a big part of how I collected that cash. So I'll drop it in the chat. I can drop it to everybody, and that includes like following up with old leads. If you have like a setter for you, like has a framework for setters to like set you up really well. So I don't know, whatever I've got from them, I'll drop.
Okay. Thank you, man. I appreciate you like even offering because I know obviously you spent your money on that one. Um, your hard earned money on that. And so just, kind of blessing the group with that. Like I know the guys will appreciate that. So when you say framework, what do you mean by it? Like is a script or
It's
like
just a script, yeah.
Oh, okay. So he gave you a script and you're okay, got it. Yeah, I'd love to have a look at it, kind of see, especially if it worked for you, like, dude, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
So cool, man. Anything else, dude, top of mind for you? Yeah. Okay. Right, just anything else, bro?
Nope, nope, I'm good.
Riviera?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Aiden, I did share some stuff before you got here, man, on how I would tweak up the onboarding. I know that's like kind of where you're at. So I'll timestamp it for you and let you know what to check out. I do think what I shared is like pretty important. Basically I just like shared, I'll make this really quick, but I basically shared this, which is like, here's what Cam and I'm gonna do versus here's what I would do in order to make sure that people don't get like, because people oftentimes get cold feet the day after. So they're cool, and then the day after they say something about refunds, chargebacks, all that stuff, get my money back. Not, I'm saying like that doesn't happen all the time. I'm saying when it does happen, that's super annoying. So I figured out a way where that's not going to happen. So literally you close them and then you just go over a few. So basically you close the deal, you say thank you to them, you get them to do the kickoff form, and then you schedule the onboarding call, you do all the stuff, and then you go over my refund chargeback line, which I go over on the onboarding, and then you go over the payment plan stuff. So you tell them, hey, look, I don't chase people down, blah, blah, blah. I need you to go on your calendar, mark this date. If you don't, hit me. If you don't pay on this date, you're gone from the program. Again, you might not be super familiar with what I'm talking about, but it's all within the onboarding course material. And so I typically reserve this for the onboarding call. And then, but what I'm saying is you say this on the sales call now. So you basically close the deal, you collect the money, you say thank you so much, you go over this whole stuff here. Then you do the kickoff form like Cam was doing, and then you schedule the onboarding call, and then you go over these two scripts, these two frameworks, if you want to call it that. So now they're not going to hit you back later on today or tomorrow and ask for a refund or anything like that. And they're going to actually do the payment. And then you just tell them, hey, I'll see you on the onboarding. And then on the onboarding, you go over this stuff again. So anyways, I'll just timestamp for you. Just watch it. It'll make more sense. But I know this is important for you because you need to be start doing like these kinds of things for your onboardings. But yeah. All right, guys. I already asked one more time, going once, going twice. Anything else? No. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.